Week 6 officially is here for the Tennessee Vols. It was really, really boring. I know for me anyway, in Week 5 with Tennessee not playing, I was able to watch some good football on the TV Saturday, but I really wanted my Vols to play. But we needed rest. We needed to reset because we just got out of a very physical ball game with Oklahoma, very emotional game with Oklahoma. And I think Tennessee is going to be ready to play this week against Arkansas. This is a good Arkansas team. I mean, they're 3-2, but they should be undefeated. Turnovers have plagued them, and I'm going to get more into the stats on this game. But Arkansas is a good football team, and Arkansas is capable of beating Tennessee if they check all the boxes and we play bad. So I don't expect that. We'll get more into the predictions and the stats and all that, but there is a scenario there where Arkansas can beat us if Tennessee's not prepared. This game is at Arkansas, Fayetteville, Arkansas, October 5th, 7:30. It's going to be a really intense crowd for Tennessee. I mean, Tennessee is number 4 in the country. It's going to be a sold-out crowd. It's going to be really loud. It's going to be really intimidating. Now, Arkansas is not the toughest schedule or the toughest stadium in the SEC, but any place you go into outside of Vanderbilt, it's tough to win. And they have a very talented bunch that play for them. So Tennessee needs to come prepared. But let's talk a little bit more about this game. Strength of schedule so far and the background on both these teams. Tennessee's 4-0. Arkansas is 3-2. Tennessee has played the 4th hardest schedule so far this year. Arkansas has played the 25th hardest schedule. Both teams have been pretty tested, played a decent schedule so far, 4 games in. Tennessee is coming off a 25-15 win over Oklahoma, and Arkansas is coming off a 17-21 defeat to Texas A&M. Heartbreaking defeat in which they led a good portion of this game but let it slip out of their fingers. In this game, Tennessee is favored by 13.5 points. So Vegas sees Tennessee quite a bit better than Arkansas, especially since it's at Arkansas. That says a lot where they kind of think where Tennessee is this year versus Arkansas. Players to watch in this game. Okay, the first guy I'm going to talk about is Nico Iamaleava. He's got 4 games down this year. He's been great at times, and then sometimes he's kind of been inconsistent. He needs to take care of the ball, but man, when he throws the ball, it brings me flashbacks to Peyton Manning. That's the kind of talent and the kind of throws this guy can make. If he can just kind of have better pocket presence to know when the pocket is collapsing and when he's going to get sacked, and be a little bit more crisp and a little bit more just have a little bit more knowledge on when to throw it and not throw it, because we cannot have turnovers, and he has turned the ball over a little bit at times, but he's going to get better every week, and I expect him to play well this week. But he's got 892 yards, 7 TDs. He's got a 75.4 QBR ranking. Arkansas, Taylor Green, he's got over 1,200 yards this year, 5 TDs. And he's got 331 yards rushing. Now, the problem is he's got 5 interceptions too, though. If Arkansas was undefeated right now with the numbers he's put up, he could be SEC Player of the Year 4 games into this season. He's that kind of athlete, and he's that good. But the problem is he's turned the ball over, and he's cost his team in 2 games against Oklahoma State and A&M. He had 3 turnovers against A&M. So he's got to do better, and he can't be turning the ball over like he has this season if he has any desire to beat Tennessee this week. Tennessee, Dylan Sampson, he's 3rd overall in the SEC in rushing. He's got 449 yards rushing. He's averaging 6.5 yards every time he touches the ball. He's got 10 TDs. For Arkansas, Jaquindon Jackson, he leads the SEC in rushing. He's got 509 yards rushing, 9 TDs, and he averages 6.4 yards every time he touches the football. So, 2 really good running backs going against each other in this game. I'll really love to see the duel in this game between them two. Tennessee's going to have their hands full with Jaquindon Jackson and Taylor Green because they're a really good 1-2 combo as far as rushing. I mean, between them both, they've almost got 1,000 yards rushing 4 games in. That's fantastic. For Tennessee, Arian Carter, he's leading the team in tackles with 15 tackles. I expect him to have a huge role this week. He's going to need to know where Taylor Green is at all times. because, I mean, if he gets out of the pocket, he gets loose. If the pocket collapses and we don't contain him, he could take it to the house. So Arian Carter, I think, is going to have a huge role this week, probably in a spiral, making sure Arian Carter stays in the pocket. Arkansas, Andrew Armstrong. This guy's third overall in the SEC in yards per game right now. He's got 420 yards right now with 4 games down this year, or I'm sorry, 5 games down this year because they're 3-2. I'm sorry, but he's got 29 receptions. He is a phenomenal receiver. I've watched him play some. He makes a lot of really hard catches. So, got to give props to him. They got a really talented team here offensively, and they've got some good defensive players too. And Sorey and Jackson as well, their defensive line and their linebacker. So Arkansas's got some dudes. They're not as deep as Tennessee is. They don't have the depth that Tennessee has, but they've got the personnel to give Tennessee fits. So let's talk about the Tennessee offense versus the Arkansas defense. Tennessee total offense so far, 4 games down. They're third. 566 yards is what they're averaging a game. Arkansas with 5 games. They've played 5 games so far. They're 47th. They're giving up 319 yards a game. Defensively, it's not really good or bad, but Tennessee, I think, offensively has the advantage over them. If you had to compare offense versus defense, Tennessee's got the advantage. Scoring offense, Tennessee's first. They're putting up 54 points a game. Scoring defense for Arkansas, they're 46th. They're giving up 20.2 points a game. Rushing offense, Tennessee's 4th, averaging 290 yards a game. Now look here for Arkansas. They're 21st in rush defense, 93 yards. Anything south of 100 yards, if you're allowing less than that, you're doing a really good job. It'll be interesting to see who wins that matchup right there. If Tennessee can run the ball north of 200, I don't think Arkansas has any chance of winning this game. I think Arkansas needs to limit Tennessee to around about 150 yards like Oklahoma did last week. So we'll see what happens. Passing offense, Tennessee's 33rd. They're averaging 276 yards a game. Now, Tennessee's backsliding a little bit on the passing. A lot of that had to do with last week with Heupel kind of packing it up and running it and getting the game over with, but we need to get it turned back up as far as passing the football. Last year we really struggled passing, and I don't want us to kind of backslide and kind of get below 50th nationally in passing. We need to keep the momentum with our passing with Nico and our receivers. Passing defense for Arkansas is 78th. They're allowing 219 yards a game. So this is the defense that Tennessee can take advantage of and move the ball down the field. Tennessee. Now let's compare Tennessee's defense versus Arkansas's offense. Tennessee's defense, their total defense is first right now. They're only giving up 176 yards a game. Arkansas's total offense is 13th. They're putting up 495 yards a game. Very formidable offense from Arkansas. Even though Tennessee's got the first overall defense, Arkansas is going to test them. And Tennessee has the personnel to stop it, but Arkansas can cause issues if we don't play very good alignment, sound football. Scoring defense, Tennessee's second. They're only giving up 7 points a game, 4 games down. Arkansas is scoring offense is 33rd. They're averaging 36 points a game. Rushing defense for Tennessee is second. They're only giving up 51 yards on the ground a game. Tennessee was top 20 last year in rush defense. And I said in the preseason, if Tennessee can get inside the top 10, this is a team that could possibly win the SEC, and they're doing just that. They're just stopping the run cold. Now, I want to see how they do against some better opponents, and Arkansas is going to be their best opponent to this date. And we're going to see with Green and Jackson, that's going to be a very tough duo to slow down. So Tennessee has got its work cut out for them. Rush offense for Tennessee is, let's see here, sorry. Arkansas rush offense is 21st, 212 yards a game with Green and Jackson. Pass defense for Tennessee is 4th. They're only giving up 125 yards through the air, and a lot of that's got to do with personnel. I mean, we've we've played some good defenses, but we really haven't played any good offenses so far. So that secondary is going to be tested this week back there. Pass offense for Arkansas is 27th at 283 yards. So Arkansas offensively solid. I mean, they're inside everything top 30 offensively. They've got some stars. They've got playmakers that you can throw the ball to if you need a play or you need to hand the ball off to make a first down or get a touchdown. And they've got a quarterback that can push the ball down the field, make a lot of plays with his legs as well. So, Tennessee, I hope, come up with a great game plan to slow these guys down. Turnover margin. Tennessee is 45th, +2. 4 games into this season. Arkansas is 89th, or -2. That's really plagued Arkansas this year. They have turned the ball over a lot, and it's cost them in the game against Oklahoma State, and it cost them in the game against last week against A&M. So they've got to do better if they want any kind of chance against Tennessee. They'll need to be plus in some regard on turnovers if they want to beat Tennessee this week. Penalties, Tennessee is 94th. They're averaging 65 yards a game. Arkansas 72nd. They're averaging 56 yards a game in penalties. Both are not great in the penalty department. Tennessee has really never been good in penalties ever since Heupel really got there. I don't know if that's got a lot to do with their up-tempo offense and getting aligned and getting started. I don't know what it is, but we've always struggled with penalties. But anyway, so I'm going to get to my prediction here. I think, I've heard some people talk about how they think Tennessee is going to blow Arkansas out. I don't particularly think it's going to be a one-score game, but I think Tennessee is going to win by at least a couple scores. Tennessee's depth will take the toll on Arkansas in this game. Arkansas has some players that can really get after Tennessee and cause a lot of issues. But I think this Tennessee team this week is going to be extremely focused and crisp. They're coming off an Oklahoma game in which they didn't play that well, and nobody patted them on the back, and nobody told them they did amazing, right? They had a week to recharge. They had a week to get ready. I expect this Tennessee team to come out and be ready to go. I think defensively, Tim Banks is going to have a good game plan to stop Taylor Green, slow him down. I expect Nico to have the ability to really throw the ball. I think this Arkansas secondary is like 78th in pass defense. This is the bunch that he can really go after and can really push the ball down the field. So I think Nico is going to have a big game this week. And I think as the game goes on, you're going to see our rushing attack kind of slow them. It's going to, just gradually grind on them and wear on them. And I think Tennessee wins by a couple scores here. I think Tennessee gets over 40 points, and I got Tennessee winning 42-28. I think Arkansas is going to get theirs. I think there's going to be some big plays possibly. I think Arkansas will score because Arkansas is really good, and they can score a lot of points. But I don't think they can keep pace with Tennessee. I think our defense is going to stop their offense more than their defense will stop our offense. But I think it's a competitive game. It's a 13.5-point spread. I think Tennessee will cover. The over-under in this game right now is 60. I would go over on this game if you're going to bet. I think there's some points to be scored in this game. I expect Nico Iamaleava to have a big game. I think he's going to have 300-plus yards throwing. I think Sampson will have probably around 100 yards rushing. Bishop will have 50 to 100 yards rushing. Big offensive game for Tennessee is what I'm predicting. And I think Tennessee will be ready to go against Arkansas the following week. But anyway, Tennessee 42, Arkansas 28. Thank you all for tuning in and listening to my preview and prediction for the Tennessee and Arkansas game. I'll talk to you guys later.